Okay, welcome everyone to the very first District 4 meeting. We're so glad you're here. Give a minute for some people to sign in and sit down. And we've got a few on Zoom, right? Okay. So first of all, I want to bring up, I hope you've all had a chance to get on the neighborhood district program website and just kind of show you on our website. If you scroll down to the calendar and if you click on to where it says neighborhood district 4 meeting, and district 4 will be having meetings every 6 weeks that they're scheduled for. If you click on that, that will bring up the agenda. And these items in green will have links. And so you can, like if we have information here and you're like, what was that they sent? You can go back to this calendar, click on the link and find the information. So I'm going to start off with an introduction of the new neighborhood district program. There we go. So this new program started January 1st. It's brand new. Keep in mind, I'm also brand new. I used to work in development services. Before development services, I worked at the library. The purpose of this new program is the same as the old program. It's public participation and involvement in Provo city affairs and to provide a mechanism for communication between the city council and the public. So what's the same as the old program? You're still having meetings with resident input. Your neighborhood names, boundaries, and Facebook groups stay the same. So if you were in the Carterville neighborhood before, it's still called the Carterville neighborhood, still the same boundaries. There's still your Carterville Facebook group. We still have the neighborhood matching grants program. It's $5,000 per district per year. There's the COP program, where we're going to hear from our officer tonight. You still meet with developers about land use items that are in your district. Representatives from city departments can come and talk to us. If, public works, zoning, anyone that you want to have come, parking, we can have them come talk to you. We're still waiving the fees for planning applications on behalf of the district. So if the district chair, along with his board and the residents, they want to do some type of planning application, as long as the development services department pays it, there's no fees for that because you're representing your district. And the district chairs still go to planning commission and city council and make a report of the residents' views of certain land use items that were brought up. So what's different? So before we had 34 individual neighborhoods, now those neighborhoods are being grouped together and meeting together as 5 districts. And so we're district number 4. So, and instead of having one chair and a vice chair, you're now having a board of 11 people. And out of those 11 people, you have a chair, 2 vice chairs, and a secretary. And that's who we'll be voting for tonight. The executive board members are appointed by the city council. So that's very different. Before, the chairs were elected by the neighborhood. Now they're appointed by the city council. And from those board members, you choose your chair, vice chair, and secretary. We have official district Facebook pages, which are informational only. They're not meant to be, hey, I'm having a yard sale, I lost my cat. It's purely information from the city about your district. And instead of the developer contacting the neighborhood chair, it's now the neighborhood coordinator, me, I contact the developer. Because we had problems in that we had some neighborhood chairs that were kind of out of commission. Developers could never get a hold of them. They never had meetings. And so this time I'm contacting the developer to come to the meetings. Anytime that there's a land use item that's being discussed at a meeting, a city planner will be here to answer your questions. So if you have questions about zoning, about certain rules in the code, they'll be here to answer those questions. Another new feature is that each district will get a budget of $1,000 that can go towards meeting costs or social functions, however you want to use that. And then items that go on the agenda automatically, if I get any items for District 4 that are zone changes, general plan amendments, major street plan amendments, those will be heard at a neighborhood meeting. Those have to go on the agenda and have to be heard. Any other kind of land use item, subdivision or project plan, that's up to the board if they want that to be heard at a meeting or not. And there's also a set time, place, and date for the meeting. So the calendar has been set for the entire year, and that calendar has been sent to every residence in Provo. So everyone should know where their meetings are, when they're being held. They've all received a little flyer, and you should have all gotten that. And there's some on the back table if for some reason you didn't get that. Okay, so what I like about the new program is I like that you know what's going on in surrounding neighborhoods. So I live in actually the Grandview North neighborhood on the very edge. I live on State Street. So actually what happens in the Carterville neighborhood affects me more than what happens in Grandview North. So I like that now as a district, I know what's happening in Carterville, where before I didn't really hear about it. I heard about more Grandview North on the other side that didn't really affect me. And so that's something that I like. And plus, you know, I drive through 3 of these neighborhoods to go home every day. And so it does affect me what's happening in them. I also like that it spreads out the responsibilities between board members. So it's not one neighborhood chair who feels like, wow, I've just got a lot going on and that this is too much. It's now spread out over 11 people. And you can divide that, the board can divide out responsibilities as they see fit. You have a secretary that takes minutes instead of the chair having to do the meeting and take minutes and do everything. That's now split out. I like that there's a consistent meeting time and place. People know where the meeting's at. Every meeting is recorded and available through Zoom. So if people can't make it, they can stay home and watch it. They can watch it a week later. It'll be available for them to watch. I also like that fewer Facebook groups. So me trying to post information on 34 Facebook groups, I get flagged by Facebook for spreading spam, and I've been warned twice. Third time I'm out. And so, and that's why I've been telling people once they get their chair, I'm like, okay, I'm no longer posting on your pages. I'm only posting to the 5 district pages, but other people can share those posts to the neighborhood pages. They can share that information to it. Those still exist. I just won't be posting on them. And then you might ask, well, what if I don't like this new program? We're asking you to give us some time. The program's new. I'm new. Give us some time. Tell me your complaints. I'm keeping a list. I get a lot of people that call me, tell me what they don't like. I'm writing them all down because in about 6 months and a year, the city council is going to reevaluate this program. So I'm writing down all your suggestions and we can be like, you know what, that was a good idea. This didn't quite work. This is working. So please let me know. And sometimes you might be like, you know what, I'm just super busy. I don't have time to go to all these meetings. You don't have to be a part of the neighborhood program in order to have your voice heard in Provo. You can, if you want to know what's going on about a project in your neighborhood, you can submit a grammar request and ask for the plans or the documents for that project. You can go to the public hearings, planning commission, city council, make comments there, submit feedback on open city hall. You can email boards and commission members and the city council members. So there's lots of different ways that you can contact and make your voice be heard if you just feel like these meetings, you just don't have time for these meetings. So that's kind of the new program. So now we'll go to next part of our agenda, which is our elections. So I'm going to have, if I can have, let me bring up my names here. And I'm going to have our board members come up and introduce themselves. And we're just kind of go in this order. Now, if you don't want, we still want to know who you are and to introduce yourself, but if you don't want to run for anything, just kind of mention that in your introduction. I've already had Lynn Sorensen said, I don't want to run for anything. So I might still have her introduce herself, but she's not on this list. But if I can start with, is Richard here? Oh, there we go.
I don't see Lynn up there. We should have Lynn go first.
That's true. Oh, I know.
That's great. Okay, I'm Richard Yowsey. I'm the Chief Deputy Auditor for Salt Lake County. Live on, obviously in Grandview North, and I will echo Lynn. I'm happy just to serve, but I'm happy. So.
Okay, so Mel.
So I'm Mel Smith. I live in the Grandview North area, neighborhood, but primarily I'm from Grandview South area. Just moved to Grandview North. So I actually served as vice chair in that neighborhood, and I'm willing to serve. But since I've done that, if there's other people that want to serve as chair and vice chair, well, I'll gladly step aside and let somebody else fill that. So I'm retired. Used to work at BYU. So.
Awesome, thank you.
And I'm happy too.
Okay, Mindy.
I'm Mindy Jefferson, and I have most recently served as the neighborhood chair in Grandview South neighborhood. I am a stay-at-home mom and educator, and I am hoping also that others will be able to serve. I am happy to support in any behind-the-scenes way that I can. I am really excited about investing in the program. I was on the team that got the Welcome to Grandview rock sign installed. I was instrumental in getting the name Grandview added to the Grandview Rotary Park sign at Rotary Park, and excited to see what more we can do together.
Thank you. Okay, Beth.
Hi, I'm Beth Hedengren. I'm from Grandview South, and I just need to say Mindy Jefferson has been fabulous at leading our neighborhood, and we have had so many wonderful projects completed under her direction. She has a young family and needs to give some time to them.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'll be willing to serve. I'd be happy to serve as a chair or vice chair. And I am retired from BYU as well. I was a teacher of English and teaching writing, and I have lived in Grandview South for, I don't know, 40-some years, and I love this neighborhood. I love this city, and I'm happy to serve.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Erin.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Scavlins. I teach at BYU. I'm not retired yet. I lived in the River Grove neighborhood since 2008, 2006. I can't remember. I've been active in my neighborhood to try to improve things, spearheaded the project in Lions Park, and rounded up some wonderful volunteers to build a sidewalk in my neighborhood. But it's about more than my neighborhood. It's about this entire community that I've tried to improve, helped out the Grandview South neighborhood as they have prepared to apply for grants, working closely with Paul Evans to make sure we don't widen roads that don't need to be widened in Provo, and protect our quality of life. I'd be happy to serve as secretary if you see fit. Thank you.
Okay, Brent.
Aaron and I have been sidekicks for 1,000 years. I moved into the Riverview area in 1969, and haven't been able to leave it. It's been a real pleasure to be there. I do have a pet peeve, that thing that I'm concerned about, that's the 820 corridor. I'm not anxious to serve on any of these things, but I'm happy to serve with anybody and will help us. Aaron has been fantastic, a great guy, I understand it. Sure. Chase, is that right?
Yeah.
The Chase here has been a great leader in his neighborhood, so they're great people there. I'd love to help anyone.
Okay, Eric?
Hi, I'm Eric Chase. I've been the neighborhood chair in the North Park neighborhood for the last couple of years. Before that, I was the vice chair. I've actually lived in most of the neighborhoods that are in our council now. I lived in Grandview South and Grandview North, and I lived in Carterville, and my wife's family all lives in River Grove, so I'm kind of familiar with everybody's issues. I am interested in being the chair for the next couple years and see how we go to try and work on the broader community stuff together, and I'm excited about this new neighborhood program. Thanks.
Sarah?
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I was the neighborhood chair in the Carterville neighborhood. And I've really enjoyed serving as neighborhood chair and helping neighbors interface with the city and making sure that voices are heard and that neighbors understand the processes of how Provo works, and so that everyone gets what they want. And I would love to serve as maybe a vice chair, but there's so many amazing people that I've worked here before, so I'm not going to fight, but I would love it.
Okay, Leah?
Hi, I'm Leah Duncan. I moved here 5 years ago. I live in Carterville. When I first moved here, I was like, okay, let's look for a house, let's move, but I've ended up loving Provo. I decided to join the Provo City because I just got my real estate license and I wanted to keep up to date with everything. So I'm willing to serve, but I am busy. I've got 6 kids and 5 stepkids and then doing real estate. So I've got a lot going on, but happy to serve if I'm needed. And I totally recommend Aaron, because I've worked with him and he's brilliant.
Hey, is Michael?
I am.
Oh,
So I'm Michael Roberts. I was actually appointed by President Worthen to represent BYU. I'm actually the managing director of alumni and external relations. So just to give you a feel what's within that, I have all alumni worldwide at BYU Management Society. I have all government relations, church relations, community relations, as well as my team manages the Marriott Center, the stadium. We also do all the branding and marketing for BYU. So it's pretty broad breadth of things we're responsible for. Willing to serve. I'm not actually looking to be in an office position. I think some of the other people that are in kind of normal neighborhoods might have a better perspective on that.
okay, thank you. And Lynn, did you want to at least introduce yourself? Oh, there you go.
Hello, I'm Lynn Sorensen. I'm the non-candidate. I'm the only representative from Pleasant View neighborhood. And glad to be doing that and following in the footsteps of Paul Evans, who served as the chair, where I was the vice chair. And I love hearing from those people who said they want to serve in one of these offices, and I want to vote for them.
Great. Okay, let me just go back to sharing my screen here so that people on Zoom can see. Okay, so do we have any nominations for chair? Mindy?
I would like to nominate Beth Hedengren for chair.
Okay, we've got a nomination for Beth Hendegren for chair. And Beth, do you accept that nomination? Okay. So let me kind of mark her on there. Hang on. Oops. Let me get Beth on there. Do we have any? This is it never lets me There we go. And do we have any other nominations for chair?
I'd like to nominate Eric Chase for chair.
Eric, do you accept that nomination?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so we've got Eric Chase on there. And any other nominations? Yes.
I would like to nominate Aaron Scaplin.
Aaron, do you accept that nomination for chair?
I'll forego.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Do we, oh, we should,
Can I
another.
nominate Mel Smith, please?
Mel Smith? Mel?
Who did that?
Mel, do you accept nomination?
Okay.
Do we have any other nominations for chair?
Should I just ask a question?
Yes.
I didn't understand with Lynn Sorensen. Is she a candidate or not? I mean, I didn't understand what-
She is on the board, but she does not want to be elected to chair, vice chair, or secretary. But she's on the board representing the Pleasant View neighborhood.
How do we know who's on the board? I haven't seen it listed. These are people on the board. here?
Yeah, these are the people that
Her
are,
name isn't because she doesn't want to be.
we just pulled it off because she didn't want to be nominated. Okay, is there any other nominations for chair? Okay, so it looks like sorry.
Just a clarifying.
Sure.
question. So the chair just conducts the meeting, because the board sets the agenda.
So the board as a whole sets the agenda. The chair will conduct the meetings and present the district's views at planning commission and city council.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
How does the chair find out the district's views? How do they contact the people in their district? And let
So-
them know what's going on and get input from them?
The same way the chairs did it before, either at these meetings or emailing them. We have on there, when you signed up, you had an option to put your email there to get emails from the district chair to kind of see what's going on. We have the Facebook, the District 5 Facebook page, where we put everything on there. And so there's the Facebook page, you'll get emails from the chair.
Oh, yeah, that's not opinions on the Facebook page, correct?
What was that?
You don't share your opinions on that Facebook page.
On
correct?
the official Facebook page, there's no opinions, it's just.
So how do you? how do you
But,
get
I
feedback?
mean,
What's going on?
I should clarify. So I will post something like, hey, someone in the Grandview South neighborhood wants to do this project. I'll write a little blurb, do a picture, and then in the comments, you can say stuff like, hey, I really want this to be heard at a meeting. And the information, the contact information for your chair, for your board is all on the website. And at the end of the meeting, I can show you how to navigate the website and get that information. You can always, they have their emails, their phone numbers. You can always contact the members of the board.
But most of the big stuff, like, that would be presented at planning commission stuff will come to one of these meetings,
Right.
right?
So any type of zone change, general plan amendment, major street plan has to be presented at a meeting. That will automatically go on the agenda. That's not a choice of the board. Those are important issues that must be heard by a district. Those I will always put on the agenda.
And will those always be at those regular 6-week intervals?
Yes, yeah, at those scheduled meetings. And the agendas go out about a week beforehand. They're on that website, on that calendar, so you can see what's going on.
Are those meetings held in this room?
Yes,
Because I'd like to then make a request. We have a sound system in here. The sound isn't very good if you're sitting back here, and some may have hearing that isn't great. Anyway, I think we need a sound system that makes sure everybody can hear.
That's a
This is
great
why
idea.
we meet.
Yeah, we brought in a sound system the very first meeting we had and it didn't work. And so we're trying to get another sound system
Well, I don't
in
think
here.
there should be a meeting if everybody can't hear.
Do you want to move up to the front?
No, I want the sound system.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a room full of people. I don't want to sit in the front.
I'll take that question. So the building, we're still waiting due to supply chain issues on some of those things. So we're ready for mics and sound to go in. We're waiting for that to actually be brought in and installed. So
But there
we're crossing our fingers and hoping.
portable systems that you can bring while we're reading. Right?
Okay, can we get back to the election? Okay, everyone should have a ballot and you should have pens, so if you wanna write your choices. This is just for chair. Yes, just vote for one, just one chair.
And are we
So-
doing plurality wins or 50%?
It's just majority wins,
So that's plurality.
plurality. So,
Might
we've
as
got-
well get it.
right. So we've got Mel, Beth, and Eric running for chair.
Keep your pens because you'll need them for the subsequent voting.
Okay, and they'll be going around with a little ballot box for you to put your votes in. A lot of times they want to, it's gonna work, so they might not.
Yeah, no, it's.
Like 8, 7.
We miss anyone?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna say. After I count, I'm gonna stick it back in the box. Or I'll just.
Okay, so we have all the votes counted. And our district for chair is Beth Hendegren. So Beth, as chair, I'm going to hand it over to you to run the rest of the meeting. So if you, so we're gonna have our election for vice chair. Did you want people to vote for, well, we'll do the nominations, but after the nominations, since there's 2 vice chairs, do you want each person to vote for 2 people?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's do that.
okay, so if you want to open it up for nominations.
All right. Thank you. I'm so surprised.
That's it.
Chase, are you going to mark that?
Yeah, I will mark that. Oh, let me
For
put that
vice
thing
chair.
on
And
there.
what we'll do is we'll take all nominations for vice chair. And then you'll vote for two people from those nominations, so you get two vice chairs.
Okay, so Eric Chase.
And I expect that the people that were nominated as chair, they could also be nominated as vice chair at this point.
Sure.
Yeah, so let's get some more nominations. Yes.
I'd like to nominate Mindy Jepson, vice chair.
Oh, Mindy, do you accept?
Sure. Great choice. Yes.
I'd love to nominate Sarah.
Sarah. Yeah. Okay, yes.
Mel Smith,
Mel Smith, excellent choice. Well, they're all excellent choices. More nominations, yes?
If Aaron is willing, I know he wanted into the chair position, but maybe vice chair.
Aaron?
Oh, really?
Thank you again, but
He's holding out for secretary.
don't disappoint me.
District organized as secretary, perhaps, just to run for that. Any other nominations for vice chair?
Hey, do we have any nominations through Zoom? No? Did you want to close nominations?
Okay, let's close nominations and then vote for two names from the green choices there. And oh, let's have Mel, Mindy, Eric, and Sarah stand so we can see who they are. Okay.
Here's a question. We know who we want.
I'm really impressed with the turnout. Thanks for coming, everybody. And thanks for caring about your neighborhoods. This is really an important aspect of local government. Really makes a difference.
Rachel, is this the highest turnout you've had?
I think it might be. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Thank you so much.
While we're waiting, I just want to see from which area, okay? So who's from North Park? Raise your hand. North Park, North Park. North Park. Okay. Who's from River Grove? There you go. We're just up the hill from River Grove, and we love all that's done with Lions Park. That's just an incredible project. Who's from Grandview South? Good, a good area. Who's from Grandview North? You. Who's from the university area? Because most of the people in university are students, probably.
Yeah, I use it, it's just,
That's up.
it's just like
Yeah, but it's just BYU, that whole area there, it's just BYU, there's no student apartments on it?
Yeah, we have on campus.
Yeah, but just be on campus, okay.
I was with you.
You got a result?
Not yet.
Almost.
Counting them.
Projects that we've done in the neighborhoods. We talked about my. Oh, what are some neighborhood projects you've done in your neighborhood?
Ask Aaron, he's done plenty.
Aaron's done so many, yeah, and mostly in that Grandview area, right? In the Lions Park,
Yeah.
yeah. It's really good.
Also going over a whole bunch of sidewalks throughout the area.
Oh, sidewalks on the street.
Sidewalk on the street.
Oh, wow, that's really important. That's great. What are some other cool projects you've done? Yeah.
Keeping BYU or the MTC from having a high rise.
Oh, that was huge. That's all work on that. Didn't you? Yeah. That was good.
So and several of the Grandview area people that work with the city to redo the tennis court
Oh.
and the pickleball
What a
area.
big
That was a big project.
Yeah, and wonderful.
A lot of input from them.
And well used. Those pickleball courts are nearly always busy with the waiting line to use them. Not maybe.
Okay, we have our result. Our two vice chairs are Eric Chase and Sarah Acey.
Excellent, great. Okay,
So now
nominations
secretary,
for
nomination for secretary.
Nomination for secretary, please. Yes. I nominate Aaron Scavlin. Yeah. Yeah. Are there other nominations? Liz? She's just not to.
That's why I moved on.
Any other nominations for secretary?
If Mel Smith is willing.
Mel Smith.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Mel Smith, any other nominations?
Are there any on Zoom? No. Did you want to close it?
Last chance. What? Oh, here's, stand up, please, the nominees, Mel Smith, Aaron Scavlin. Okay, good, thank you, thank you. All right, have you got your little papers? Choose one name this time.
Get everybody's.
What are some of your concerns in your neighborhood? What are some things that you would like to see happen? We'll have public, is that okay to talk about that now? Sure. Yeah.
You're the chair.
There's going to be public input later, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but formally, what are some of the concerns you have? the intersection at Carterville Road and what? 1720 north, okay?
About the widening state point.
Oh. Fifteen and off Hampton Street, that's going on 8:30 Not, yeah, not.
A lot of our neighborhoods are covered in RC zoning, and I'm just wondering what's gonna happen with that, and then the iron curtain of building is listed after 25 years of pent-up need, what's going to happen?
All right, so what kind of, would you say?
Most of ours are locked in RC zoning, so nothing can be built.
Nothing can be done, but, okay, so what's going to happen with the zone?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What else? What else are you interested in? ADU. Accessory apartment. Right. A really big important thing. What else? Here. Here.
Accessibility.
Accessibility, like accessibility. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I live on 1500 West.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the
Yeah. So you're worried about parking, like.
the north boundary.
Oh, yeah.
See everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's been talk that they're gonna put, extra parking on the north end. On 1500 West.
Well, where the sounds that they drilled, that's basically. And they finish out well.
Does the city plan on opening up parking along 50 on the south, the west side?
So you know.
No, I don't.
But that is a concern, I know, I've driven by it.
People are on, up there, but it's gonna make a parking lot out of 1500 West on the west side. If they far off places where the pine trees are coming down.
Oh.
They're systematically removing the pine trees along the east side park. And it was thought they were gonna put diagonal parking off of angled parking off of 1500 West on the west side of the street.
So we need to talk about that.
Yeah.
I should be writing these down. Yes.
I'd like,
Is she taking?
You're recording, right?
I'd like children in our neighborhoods to be able to walk and bike and scoot to school.
Yeah.
Safely,
Safely.
so.
Good one.
Okay,
These are
we
great.
have an election result. It's Aaron Scavland for secretary. Thank you, everyone.
Great. All right. So then next on the agenda.
Is public comment. If you want to continue that, that's up to you. And you might want to maybe have them come up here so they can,
Right.
people on Zoom.
So
can hear.
let's have, our official public comment. And Aaron, could you take notes?
Yes.
On that? And, so who would like to come to the podium and talk about your concerns more formally?
Maybe they've already spoken them all. Or Beth, did you want to reiterate what people had said, what some of the comments were, so that it's picked up on the mics and so that Aaron can write them down?
All right, help me to remember now, because I did not write them down. I wish I had a board.
On Zoom, Devin and Wendy AC say they second the concern about the intersection at Carterville Road and 1720 North.
Okay, so number one, Carter, not first in importance, but first in what we're saying, is the intersection of Carterville Road and 1720 North. Your concern is that it's an unsafe intersection?
Yeah.
If you're local, it's okay, but people don't understand that intersection. Are
So
problematic.
there needs to be stop signs or.
I think that big square that they have that keeps the intersection clear needs to be painted big red, like crossbones, skull. Maybe it looks like heated, so if you drive into, you'll go into. I think that little square, that's clear, which is.
Okay,
So for visitors, it's really hard. The other thing too is that the lights are not synced good enough either, because if you can have a whole line of traffic going across State Street there.
all right.
Not let it turn.
So the lights need to be looked in there.
I want you to know that I do teach that intersection at Provo High School driver's ed. We do teach with that big spot.
16-year-olds know.
Sometimes if you're going east, is it east on 1750? I don't know these numbers. I've only lived for 42 years. If there's a car that's left in front of you, sometimes they pull over and you can get around them, but sometimes they don't, and you're stuck there. And cars back up behind you out of State Street. Is there some way we could have a left turn so people pull over?
So what street is this again?
The same one.
It's the same one, 1760.
Right.
Okay, so you need.
There's not like, just, it would be nice if people could pull over if they're turning left.
Left turn lane.
Right.
Yes.
You know, lights should be at least thought about, because if you're coming down Carville Road and trying to turn left or going east, trying to turn east, it's impossible sometimes. So
Yeah.
something just needs to be looked at. You need to be creative on some ideas.
So it's not enough.
Okay, that needs to be on the
Instagram.
What are some of the other things we said? Well, 820 north. 820 north, not too wide, not to make it a freeway exit. What are some other things? Yes.
The parking concerns are a bit.
The parking concerns on West Ridge Park.
If the city doesn't have plans. If they do have plans, to do that, there's definitely people along that road that are wanting to.
Okay,
If it is an issue.
all right. What are the plans there? Yes.
Again, general connectivity, accessibility for biking, walking. We have a lot of great bike connections throughout the city, but there are very large gaps as well. Particularly around State Street. Anywhere around State Street is pretty inaccessible, I think, unless you're in the car.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a gentleman in the back.
Oh,
I think it's good to have a website with people, who can post suggestions, because we're such a small group and others don't.
well, yeah, I think that's absolutely true. And not all of us are big. Yes. And so there's a problem, you know, with Facebook
Right.
being the forum. So we need to figure out a way that's easy for people to comment and include. Very good, thank you. Yes.
I didn't mention this before, but I wonder, is there a city ordinance for noise level, especially surrounding the BYU football stadium? Because every 2 years they amp up the sound there. We live, a 5-minute walk from it, and it's just practically unbearable. I don't think it needs to be that loud.
We in the Grand Union.
Yeah. I'd just like to know if the city has any ordinance about sound level, because that ought to be changed.
Right.
It's become absurd,
Yeah.
absurdly loud, especially if you live in the city of Provo.
Yeah. All right. What we haven't mentioned here? Yes.
I mentioned, related to what was already said, but making our
Sidewalks.
streets, our sidewalks, our public infrastructure safe for kids to walk to school. And to be inclusive, I want them also to be safe for my students who attend BYU,
Yeah.
so that they can move around Provo safely on foot and on bike, and perhaps not even bring a car to Provo, or become less reliant on cars.
Yes, now we do need to move on to our presentation soon. But let's just take a couple more comments.
I
Yes,
just want to say, I know you hear people advocating for more bikeable and walkable communities and better use of our public space. But I think it's like a real acute feeling in our neighborhood where we just had a student killed by a car crossing the street just a few months ago.
oh
And
my goodness.
It's a really terrible feeling just to know that that can happen in your neighborhood, and we want to do stuff to work to prevent that.
Yes,
Just to second that, we served in YSA district, and we had a student that was hit of the street, the Carterville Road, and
Chevron.
down the street from Chevron. So he ended up, that corner you were talking, it was really dangerous.
is it that same?
He's just a couple weeks ago that happened. So it really is a valid point of safety issues.
Really?
Being around.
One more comment, and then I think we need to move on to our COP update. Yep.
I add to that, finding good ways in order to slow down traffic flow in some areas, particularly whether that's speed bumps or cameras that give you a ticket if you're going over the speed limit, right? Whatever it is that will, encourage spies,
Fundraising, fundraise. for our neighborhood.
Someone paying that hit your car when you go whatever. But encouraging people to slow down when they're in those low visibility or high traffic areas.
Yes, good. All right. Thank you. This has been great, and we will do our best to address those issues as a district board. Thank you so much for bringing them to us. Let's go ahead now for the COP update. And then after that, let's go directly to the Provo School District update, and then the Kindness Week presentation.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bryce Lewis. I'm the district officer for District 4. So I'm actually over 2 districts, District 1 and District 4. I just wanted to come in and just give you a brief synopsis of our city's plan or our department's plan. We still have neighborhood officers assigned to each of your neighborhoods. That hasn't changed for us. So our district map looks a little different than what the city's doing right now. So if you know your neighborhood officer, it's still the same neighborhood officer. Our COP department, my job is to kind of oversee those neighborhood officers and help them. I have more time than some of them to deal with, nuisances and those types of issues that affect your guys' quality of life. A little bit about me. I've been a Provo police officer for 17 years, almost 18. So I've been around a long time. I actually lived in Grandview South neighborhood for, you know me? All right. Yeah, right on the corner. Yeah. So I lived in that neighborhood for about 10 years. So we really enjoyed it. So I like the area. I have a special interest in the area. So, but anyway, that's what we're looking forward to. This new program. I think it's going to be easier for us to be able to relay if I get a crime trend of vehicle birds or graffiti or anything like that. I think it's going to be a lot easier to come down here and give District 4 that information than trying to track down 30 different neighborhood presidents and try to work it out that way. So we look forward to that. So we want to develop this partnership. So we'll continue on. But do you guys have any questions for me? I don't want to keep everyone here super late. No questions? Man, it was easy. Anyway. Thanks. Have a great night. A good weekend.
Okay, Provo School District.
Hi, everybody. I am Rebecca Nielsen. I'm currently serving as the president of the school board. We have a really big, exciting thing happening right now. which is that we are getting ready to hire a new superintendent. Our current superintendent is retiring, and so we're going through the process right now of hiring a new one. We just yesterday completed a series of public input meetings where we had people come and help give some input, but you still can have a chance if you haven't been able to participate in that quite yet, to give us some input and help us know as a board the direction we should look to hire a new superintendent. So I brought with me a couple of things tonight. This is the meeting agenda. Obviously, the agenda of the meeting is pointless now, but at the bottom, there's a QR code here, and that will take you to the survey that's open through Monday. So we would love for you, for anyone, you can take this, you can share it to your neighbors, your friends. We'd love for anyone who'd like to give input to please participate in that. It will be ultimately a board decision, but we need all the help we can get. So we are so happy to take your input. So please take one of these. They'll be at the back table. If you feel like you don't want to take the survey digitally, I have a few hard copies of it here. You're welcome to take one of these and write out your answers and return that to the district office, or you can return it to me and that would be fine. But it's a big, exciting thing happening, and we are just looking for all the help we can get. And there's lots of things I could give updates on tonight. We have construction projects happening. We have lots of things happening, or I'd be happy to take any questions if anybody has anything that they'd like to ask.
That's kind of a weird question, but I noticed at our local school at Partridge, there's a little triangle flag. Is that air quality? Because sometimes it's green, sometimes it's yellow. I don't know what that flag means.
I'm pretty sure it's air quality. I asked my son the same thing when I dropped him off this morning. It was yellow and I noticed it was different. So I'm pretty sure it's air quality.
Okay, so it's just like, if it's red, don't accept your kids.
I'm not sure if that's what. Yeah, right. Yes,
You have a short list yet for superintendent candidates? Are you still looking?
we're still looking. So we don't actually open up the position until February 27th. That's when people will actually be able to start turning in applications. And we'll close that March 27th, so it'll be open for 30 days. Actually, one more thing, I'm sorry, that I should add, is that once we collect all of the applications for superintendent, we will be putting together what we're calling a citizens committee or an advisory committee, where we will have citizens from the community come and review the applications and fill out a rubric on each one. And that will be how the city or the citizens will be able to make a recommendation to the board of who we can or should interview. So if you are interested in helping on that committee and you'd like to be part of that, my info is online on our district website. You're welcome to send me an email and let me know who you are and that you're interested in that. And kind of a little bit about you. We're trying to put together a pretty diverse committee of citizens. So any information you can give me about yourself that will help me be able to place you kind of in the right spot would be great. And I would love to have you participate in that way as well if you'd like. Go ahead.
How extensive is the district outreach for finding applicants for superintendent?
So we're actually working with a consultant. His name is Richard Stoll. He is the president of the School Boards Association for the entire state. He is working with us. He will be the one doing the advertising. We'll reach nationwide. So we'll be reaching out locally to all the school districts everywhere in the state, plus it'll be advertised nationwide. So fairly extensive.
I know that the current superintendent was brought in from the state of Washington, so he's there with the national outreach.
Yes, yeah, he did come from Washington, and yeah, it'll be the same same thing. We'll take any applicants from anywhere and then choose the best one. So. And I saw a hand right there.
Oh, I do have a question, but I think it's going to be a lengthy answer, and I'm not sure if it's really of interest to everybody else. But just let me know.
I'll be here. And Aaron, go ahead.
Just south of our neighborhood, our neighborhoods, our district is what was, or what soon will no longer be Dixon. We're disappointed that it's gone, and it will be gone. But concerned about what will follow to that property, to that building.
Absolutely, I share the same concern. Just know that in a upcoming meeting, we have actually slated to go on our agenda. Don't quote me on this because agendas change, but we have it slated to go on our agenda for February 28th to start the discussion about what is going to happen with that property. We'll probably be doing something of putting together a committee of some sort or whatnot to make sure we have some great plans for that property in the future.
I'm just trying to get clarification on what was just said. Is he saying that Dixon is no longer gonna be there?
No. The middle school is being relocated. So we are in the middle of a construction project. The middle school is being relocated to 1100 West,
90 South.
890 South, yes.
So by the time the kids start, like in August, will the school have been relocated?
It will not open this coming school year, but the school year after that. So we're about a year and a half out from the opening of the new middle school. And what he's referencing is the current Dixon Middle School, that property, and what's going to happen to that property, which has not been determined yet. But like I was telling Aaron, it's coming up on really, really soon, where we start the planning for what's going to happen to that property in the future.
Wow.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks for having me.
Thank
Also,
you.
this is my neighborhood. I've been to a couple of these, but this is my actual neighborhood group, so.
Kindness Week.
Hi, I am Jennifer Partridge. I am also a school board member, so I can answer questions as well, though we've got the best with Rebecca here. But I'm here with a different role tonight. I am the founder of Provo Kindness. And so I just wanted to explain to you a little bit about what that is, but I'm sure some of you guys recognize the yard sign. We have a little video we're going to show later that highlights one of your neighborhoods in it. So, putting buttons that I didn't mean to hit. Okay. So I just want to explain to you a little bit about what Provo Kindness is. Okay, I wasn't at the beginning. There we go. Okay, my slides got in a different order, so we're gonna figure it out. But Provo Kindness, we want to just help our community recognize the way we interact with each other, the way we think about one another. It all matters. And I think a lot of people think of kindness as service, which service is kindness, but there's so much more to kindness. And so some of the things we do is we talk about different aspects of kindness, like belonging, inclusion, appreciating each other's differences. Are we judging our neighbors? You know, those kinds of things. And our mission is to cultivate a community of understanding, empathy, connection, and respect. And one of the main ways we do that is on social media. And so if you are on social media, I encourage you to follow Provo Kindness, either on Instagram or Facebook. And here's just some examples of some of the things that we do. So we give ideas, we share quotes, challenges of what you can do to add a little bit more kindness or thoughtfulness about the way you're thinking about others to your life. We host different events. So here's some examples of some of our past events. Some are service, some are bringing awareness. This bottom one here was people sharing stories of kindness that they've seen in their life. Provo Kindness actually started 8 years ago at the school level. And at the time we started kindness clubs in all of our schools. We have 18 schools in the district and all of them have a club of some sort or another. And what's great about these clubs is that they're student led. So there's an adult advisor there to help them, but the students are thinking of ways that they can increase kindness, not just from them to other people, which is important, but also getting everyone in the school to think about kindness. And we hold a retreat every fall where we bring the student leaders together. We give them ideas and training. We give them a full list of ideas of things they can do in their school. So if you have students in Provo District, ask them if they know about the Kindness Club. It's open to all students who want to be a part of it. Although some elementary schools, you have to be a certain grade, just because they can't put everybody in, right? So one thing we do on an annual basis is Kindness Week. So Provo Kindness on the citywide level has only been going a couple of years, but next week is our 3rd annual Kindness Week. So it starts Monday the 13th, goes through the 18th. And I'm going to give you some more details in just a second, but we would love for you to participate with us. These are just some examples from past Kindness Weeks of some of the things that we're doing. I do have a flyer on the back table if anybody wants to take one with you. It's also on our website, which is provokindness.org. And we've also been sharing it on our social media. But you can see we've got 3 events going on during the week, and then throughout the week, a kindness quest. And you'll see kindness stations at the rec center, the 311 counter just out here. Did anybody see that when they walked in? I didn't come that way. Was it set up?
Yeah,
It is set up. Okay, awesome. Part of it's set up now. They're gonna add more to it when Kindness Week actually starts. The city library, and then at the Riverwood, it's gonna be at Provo Beach Resort by their main desk there. So, and then we're also working with Ms. Provo. She's doing the Souls for Souls shoe drive. So if you have gently used shoes that you want to get out of your house, declutter, we'll collect those, and then they are given to families in third world countries who need some support in supporting their family, and then they turn around and can make a little business out of it and feed their families that way. So our kickoff event is Monday night at Centennial Middle School. It's free. It's for everybody. Kids, no kids, single, married, young, old, everybody, this whole community event. And we are going to have BYU's Women's Acapella Group, Noteworthy, will be there. So you get a free concert out of it as well. And we'll also explain about more details on how you can participate in Kindness Week. And then our Thursday event is a community conversation. And these are great because we bring people together from throughout the community. You're going to sit with people you probably haven't met before. We do these at different times with different topics. I think our topic this time is about what is community, how do we build community, and we give you some guiding questions as a group to talk about your own experiences, and you get to learn from other people's experiences. And we come away, everybody who's gone just says how edifying it was, and it just makes you feel good about humanity, gives you a little hope, and helps you understand other people's perspectives a little bit better, which is a huge thing we're about. We're not going to agree on everything, whether it's politics, religion, all those hot button topics, as neighbors or whatever, we might have our differences. But when you hear somebody else's story and their perspective, their experience, you might not change your viewpoint on that topic, but you can at least better understand where they're coming from. And I think that's so important as we think about the way we interact with one another. Oh, about that, we only have about 50 seats. So even though it is free, we would like you to get on our website and register for it. So we make sure that we have a seat for you. This is the Kindness Quest, and we'll have papers at the Kindness Station that you can pick up. You can also print it off of the website. But these are the different challenges we're encouraging you to do during the week. And we pick one from each category or make up your own in a category. And when you've done all 6 categories, then at the end of the week, we're giving out your choice of a free t-shirt, a water bottle type sticker, or a yard sign for your house as a gift for participating. And then we're also entering you into prize drawings. So some of our local businesses have donated gift cards and things like that. And so if you log that you're doing it, then we will enter you into those prize drawings, and all those details are on our website. And then on Saturday, we're having an event at the rec center. This was from a few years ago back when we did it in April, and we could do it outside. But we're going to have different booths where you can come do different activities related to kindness and also pick up your prize and last chance to drop off your sheet. So, all right, any questions about Kindness Week or Provo Kindness in general? Okay, so now Rachel's going to share a video starring your very own Mindy Jefferson. The first year we had Kindness Week, your neighborhood started something, and we thought it was such a good idea that we could share this with all neighborhoods. So what we're encouraging all the neighborhoods to do, and Rachel's got yard signs so that each of the individual neighborhoods can take one and do it, and I'm sure she'll explain more at the end.
Okay, hopefully you can hear this okay.
This week is an opportunity to pause and think about all the good that surrounds us, the kind and gracious people that live around us, work to support and build our community. Each year, the city neighborhood coordinator, like all the neighborhood shares know that she has a neighborhood committee decided to take 4 families, 1 for each member, with which we could nominate in our neighborhood. Thanking them for the kindness that they had. We can end it on for months. We were surprised and delighted by the interest in this opportunity. We got a little information of what we're doing. They person who received their yard explained that they could post the site for a period of time and choose to nominate another neighbor. They would be able to then put sign in that neighbor's yard and put a picture and an explanation on if they desire. The neighborhood and see from the many comments below the post about why people appreciated that particular neighbor and then many women just chimed in and responded to it. Provided with an opportunity that was easy. The goodness, the generosity. And sustaining the sustainable generosity and
Okay, so we want to follow Mindy's example there in Grandview South. So we do have these signs, one for each neighborhood. It's got your little neighborhood written on here. It comes with the instructions on how to do it. Thank you, Jennifer. And so if the neighborhood representatives, the ones that are on the board, want to take one, and if they want to participate, they can. But it's just really a fun program. I was just really impressed with that. And it kept going for months doing it. I just thought it'd be a fun way to, get people together. Okay.
Are we ready to adjourn?
We are. I can, if you want. What was that? Oh, yes. The date for the next meeting is Thursday, March 23rd at 6:30 here in this room. Now, just because people were wondering, like, how do they know about this stuff? So on the provo.org website, there is the neighborhood district program. And if you come under documents, you can go to neighborhood district executive board contact list. So you click on that, and that's going to give you the names and contact information. So if you have an item that you want brought up in a meeting, here we go, District 4. And if you can contact, and I'll have the chair, who's chair, vice chair, or if you want to, if you're like, well, I'm in the North Park neighborhood, I feel more comfortable talking to Eric. There's his email, there's his phone number. So you're wondering, how do I contact people? How do I know? Their information is on the website. You can contact them. You can give them your email. They can let you know what's going on. The meetings are scheduled, so you know when the meetings are. They're scheduled for the whole year. Just come to the meetings, because you brought up a lot of stuff about traffic. Beth can say, Rachel, we have concerns about traffic. I'll get the city traffic engineer here, and you guys can have a whole night talking to the traffic engineer. It's your program, it's your meeting. So you got to let us know what you want to hear.
Okay. Well, thanks again, everybody, for coming. Thanks to our board. Thanks to the officers. Thanks to Mindy for that great video about that activity for kindness. That was so fun. And I hope that all of your neighborhoods will participate in that. It's really a fun thing in our neighborhood. And so I just say the meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming.